I'm going to start off with the actual feeding of pellets. This is only a pellet unit. We do not do chip. It's pellet boiler only. We've got a makeshift store here that actually transfer the pellets. This would normally be blown in a 3-4 ton system. Then we've got a vac system all the way across the top to the unit on the top of the hopper that's attached to the unit. But literally, there's a diaphragm in the back of the main hopper. Once it drops below 20 kilos, it then operates the external that then brings the pellets in all the way through the pipes. It's a flow and return, so it actually brings it into a cyclone, then obviously all the way back again.
So we can see this spinning here, and that's feeding the pellets through the pipe system back over to
all
there.
Across, yeah. Normally these would be outside at a sort of 3 or 4 ton size. The actual system, we do a 5 meter kit, a 10 meter kit, a 15 and a 20. So you can actually see, you can actually bring the pellets from even 20 meters away. You could put it in the ground, but it would need to be in some sort of duct. So if you ever got to change it, it's very simple to change.
And this works on a suction system?
Yes, and a vacuum system, yeah. And then if we go across into the hopper side, you see the cyclone is slowly filling up.
Can you get in there, Helen? Well done.
Once the cyclone finishes, what he'll do, he'll then nip the pellets into the hopper. What we've then got, it then feeds from that the internal hopper into the burner side of it. The actual burner works with the motor that actually regulates the usage and the amount of pellets that's going to drop into it. So once it first fires, it'll drop pellets in every 2.5 seconds until the burner then lights. After it then gets to 1% of firing, he'll actually modulate down if he needs to modulate. He'll actually modulate all the way down to 6 kilowatts if he needs to. What will happen then, the actual gap between the pellet drop gets wider. So it'll actually go up to 17 seconds per drop of pellets. It's a very small burner in the back, an ash can. And the ash can about every 2 to 3 months. If you just imagine a sort of 1/4 ton of ash, 1.5 kilos of ash equates to about 1/4 ton of pellets burnt. So you've got a 2-stage cleaning, so it actually cleans itself as well. Once it's gone through 180 minutes of pellet usage time, burning time, it goes into a 3-stage cleaning. You've got a primary heat exchanger, you've then got a wash-down heat exchanger, and you've got a brazier. On the primary heat exchanger is a rocker system. It's what it actually does. It rockers any ash then falls directly into the ash can. On the secondary heat exchanger on the back, which is made of 316 grade stainless steel, it then goes into a wash cycle, which actually sprays jets of water down through the turbulators. Then flushes itself back out through the back, which we've got an 1.25 inch trap running into 1.5 inch pipework. At the same time that's going on, we've then got the burning brazier, which slowly opens to clean any clinker off and cleans it all back. Then obviously it goes back into firing again. Then the unit's away.
So can you flue into a chimney with
You
this?
can flue into a chimney, but you would need to use one of our flue packs. We do a smooth bore liner pack that you would need to do. You just couldn't use any system. Because it's a condensing boiler, there would be so much condense running down that chimney. And that's why you would need a liner to do that.
So you don't have to use the Grant Black flue system?
No, if you had a chimney nearby, you could actually line into a chimney. That wouldn't be a problem.
And what about metering requirements?
Yes, you would have to meter it. We've got a sample meter here, which has got 130 mil centers, which will actually pick up on the other feed pipe.
And what about pellets? How I suppose how long is a piece of string, but how many pellets would you typically get through, would you say?
It can vary really with the unit. This will take 110 kilos. That could last you 7 days, depending on the amount of time you're using it.
Right, and the cost of pellets?
Cost of pellets can vary from about 250 to 260 a ton, depending on where you live. And obviously you have got the chance to go bag form as well.
You mentioned earlier about the automatic cleaning mode.
Yeah.
How often does it, you may have said it and I missed it, but how often does it go into that mode?
Every 180 minutes of pellet usage burning time.
Right.
Then it goes into its cycle.
Can any heating engineer install a Spirit?
No, we do an actually accredited scheme. So what we have to do, any engineer can do the 2-day course it devises. Once you've done that course, you'll become accredited to actually fit this unit.
Brilliant. So, and it's very simple.
Very, very simple. It's just flow and returns off the back. You've got a 15 mil feed for the wash down, and then you've got an 1.25 inch feed off the back for the cleaning cycle.
Now, I know that Easy MCS, Adam from Easy MCS over here, they're offering a special training pack while we've got the show going on, discounted, I think I'm right in saying. So if anybody wants to talk to you about that, obviously you'll be happy to talk to them. What for you is the unique part of this whole system?
I think the unique part of this one is condensing, and at the moment it is the only unit that's condensing that is MCS approved. 97% efficient, so I think that's what ticks a box for ourselves.
And it holds an emission certificate?
Yes, it does hold an emission certificate. Anybody can view that. It's on the front of the unit. It's not a problem.
And just going back to the pellets for a moment, when storing pellets, is there anything you need to avoid in particular?
You want to be in a dry air and avoid damp, because obviously they've got a moisture content of about 8%, and if they did get damp or any water, that would be it. It would cause problems to the burner side.
Okay, now obviously I've got an example in a second, an RHI. Just talk to us a little bit about that and the system and so on.
But the system on the RHI?
Yeah,
this one is approved for the RHI. We've got a 26 kilowatt, 36, 52, 62, 72, and we are hopefully into the middle of this year launching a small 16 kilowatt. They're all approved for the RHI to get the money back.